Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Okay, that was almost awake. Let's try that again. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
There we go. It's so wonderful to be here today to celebrate with the Poller and Prince families as we celebrate also the time when Jordan becomes a bar mitzvah. Yeah? Okay, good. We have many things happening throughout this service. Really, the primary thing that we're doing today is celebrating Shabbat. And so in order to do that, you should each have a thin blue book, or if it's not a thin blue book, it should at least be a smaller sized blue book that says Mishkan Tefillah on it. And the other thing you should check is to make sure that it says Shabbat somewhere on it. And each page has 2 different page numbers, just to be really confusing for people who haven't used them before. We are going to be using the blue numbers in brackets, because those will correspond to either the thicker books or to the book that Jordan is using. So we begin our service on page 188 with the same words we began with last night, words to acknowledge how wonderful it is to come together as a sacred community. They're at the top of the page. They come from Psalm 133. Words, Hine ma tov umanaim shevet achim gam yachad.
Hine ma tov umanaim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov umanaim shevet achim gam yachad. Together, Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad.
Now that we've brought our community together, we acknowledge the sacred space we create with the words of Matovu on page 192.
Matovu Alecha Yaakov. Please join. Alecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael. Matovu Mishkenotecha Yisrael. Vani berov chastecha avo vetecha eshtachave lecha kodshecha biratecha. Mato קראתי לך, אדוני את רצון. אלוהים ברוב חסדך, ענני באמת אישך. מה טובו עליך יעקב, אוהליך יעקב, משכנותיך ישראל. מה טובו עליך יעקב, אוהליך יעקב, משכנותיך ישראל.
Who here woke up this morning? Really, only about a quarter of you woke up this morning. Are you sure? Okay, well, even if you are not actually awake yet, which I understand on a Saturday morning can be difficult, you are here. So clearly your bodies were working well enough for you to get here, and we acknowledge the miracle that is our bodies working well enough for us to be here. On page 194, the blessing for our bodies. We join together in English. Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who formed the human body with skill, creating the body's many pathways and openings. It is well known before your throne of glory that if one of them be wrongly opened or closed, it would be impossible to endure and stand before you. Blessed are you, Adonai, who heals all flesh, working wondrously. Baruch atah Adonai, rofeh chol basar, umafli la'asot. Our bodies are empty vessels without our souls, and on page 196 we have a blessing for our souls.
Elohai neshama shenatata li tehorahi. 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 Elohai neshama shenatata li tehorahi.
We join together in English in the middle of the page. My God, the soul you have given me is pure. You created it, you shaped it, you breathed it into me, and you protect it within me. For as long as my soul is within me, I offer thanks to you, Adonai, my God and God of my ancestors, source of all creation, sovereign of all souls. Praised are you, Adonai, in whose hand is every living soul, and the breath of humankind. Baruch atah Adonai, asher biado nefesh kol chai, v'ruach kol basar ish. These blessings of waking up and getting up in the morning continue on pages 198, 200, and 202. We'll chant through the blessings, and you can see on the very right-hand side in the little blue letters what each of these blessings is for. And you are welcome to join us in the Hebrew, or if you would rather, you can just say Amen. And it's great, you can say Amen, and it's as if you've said the blessing yourself.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan l'sachvivin alevchin ben yom uben laila.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, pokeach ivrim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, matir asurim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, zokef kefufim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, rokad etzal hamayim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamechin mitzadei kaver.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, marbi sharumim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hanoten hayaif koach.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamavir sheina me'enai u'jurma me'afapai.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shesani b'tzelem Elohim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shesani barchurim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shesani Yisrael.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, oze Yisrael b'gvura.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, ote Yisrael b'tifara.
Amen. Let's turn back one page to 201. A beautiful intention to start our day. We join together. As I awaken, let this be my thought. May my day be filled with acts of loving kindness. Let me be drawn to learning and discernment, and may my actions be shaped by mitzvot. Keep me from iniquity, disgrace, and sin. May I not be overwhelmed by temptation or despair. Distance me from evil people and false friends. Let me cultivate a life of goodness. May my hands reach out in kindness, and I will serve God through acts of righteousness. Today and every day, may I merit your mercy by living my life with compassion and love. Holy One of blessing, draw me to your words. Teach me the art of sacred living. Baruch atah Adonai, hamelamed chasadim tovim le'amo Yisrael. Page 204 has the blessing for the study of Torah. We'll join together in Hebrew and in English. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to engage with words of Torah. O Adonai, our God, let the words of Torah be sweet in our mouths and the mouths of your people Israel, so that we, our descendants, and the descendants of all your people Israel, may know you by studying your Torah for its own sake. Blessed are you, Adonai, who teaches Torah to your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, hamelamed Torah le'amo Yisrael. I'd now like to invite up Stuart and Laura Kaplan to offer a passage from the Talmud about what it means to study Torah, about what exactly these mitzvot are, these commandments are.
Did he bring it? Okay, wait a second. We'll have to get one. We'll get it. Right over here. Right here. Our rabbi stopped.
613 mitzvot were given to Moses. Micah reduced them to 3. Do justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with your God.
Isaiah based all the mitzvot upon 2 of them, keep justice and righteousness. Amos saw one guiding principle, upon which all 613 are founded, seek me and live.
Habakkuk expounded the Torah on the basis of a single thought: the righteous shall live by their faith.
Akiba taught the great principle of the Torah is expressed in the mitzvot. You shall love your neighbor as yourself.
But Ben Azai found a principle even more fundamental. This is the story of humanity. When God created us, God made us in the divine image.
And Hillel summed it up, the Torah, in this maxim: what is hateful to you, do not do to others. The rest is commentary. You must go and study it.
Yasher Koch. Nice to have you up here.
It's customary to also do a little bit of study on our own, and I know that you do not have this text in front of you, but if you were to think of the one greatest commandment of all time, what would it be? So turn to your neighbor, say Shabbat Shalom, introduce yourselves if you don't know them, and come up with what you think would be the greatest commandment of all time. Would anyone like to share what, if you had to pick the number one commandment, it would be? What would it be? So we've got respect your parents. I've heard that from a number of different folks around the room. No, you don't want to share it. It was so good. Stop ISIS. What else? Love your neighbor as yourself. Paula, did you want to share? Honor the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Well, looks like we've got a nice room doing that right now. Jordan, did you have any favorites? No? I think the one for you might be honor your mother and father right now. Sound good? With this opportunity for study, we conclude the section of warm-up prayers to wake us up in the morning, and we turn now to Psalms and Songs of Praise. Those begin on page 212.
Baruch Hashem arvehaya haolam, Baruch Hu, Baruch Hoseh v'reishit, Baruch Omer v'hoseh, Baruch Koser Mekayim, Baruch Merachem al haaretz, Baruch Merachem al habriot, Baruch Meshalem Sachar Tov l'reyav, Baruch Elad v'kayam lanetzach, Baruch Podehu Matzil, Baruch Shemo.
On the facing page, with this do I prepare myself to thank, praise, and glorify my Creator. Blessed are you, sovereign of life, whom we praise with songs of glory. Baruch atah Adonai, melech mehulal b'tishbachot. There is one psalm that says that it is a song for Shabbat, that is Psalm 92. It's on page 214, and we'll join together in the English of the psalm at the bottom of the page up until the indented paragraph. Once we get to the indented paragraph, we'll move up to the Hebrew at the indent and sing that together. But first we join in a song for Shabbat. It is good to praise Adonai, to sing hymns to your name, O Most High, to proclaim your steadfast love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night, with a 10-stringed harp, with voice and lyre together.
You have gladdened me by your deeds, Adonai. I shout for joy at your handiwork. How great are your works, Adonai. How very subtle your designs. A brute cannot know. A fool cannot understand this.
At the indent.
Please join.
Shetulim beveit Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu od yenuvun beseva deshenim rananim Lechagit ki ashar Adonai tzuri velo avlatavo.
Does anyone know how many Psalms there are in the book of Psalms? Any guesses for how many Psalms there might be in the book of Psalms? 100? More than that? Yeah. 200, fewer than that. Split it. 150. The 150th Psalm is sometimes called the kitchen sink Psalm. Everything goes into it, as in everything goes into our praise of God. It's on page 218. And I'll teach you the chorus. It's really quite easy. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Try that.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Sound good? Okay, one more line. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Got it? Warmed up now? Think you're ready to pray? Okay, we have one more blessing to conclude this section. It is on page 223.
Baruch atah Adonai el melech hador b'tishbachot el ha'odahot adon haniflaot abocher b'shirei zimra melech elchei ha'olamim.
Praised are you, sovereign of wonders, crowned in adoration, delighting in song, eternal majesty. The prayer that transitions us from our morning prayer warm-up to the core of our service is on page 224. It's called the Chatzi Kaddish, and as you are able, please rise.
Yitkadash merabah Amen. V'yalemad yivrach yiratei v'yamelech v'chutei v'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael Bagala, bagala uv'zman kariv yimeru Amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam le'al me'al maya yitbarach yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitbar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal shemei dekudashah richu li'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata damiran mi'alma v'imeru Amen.
Jordan will lead us in the call to worship, the Baruch Hu, on page 226.
Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai hamevorach.
Baruch Adonai hamevorach hamevorach le'olam va'ed hamevorach hamevorach le'olam va'ed. Page 228. A blessing for the wonders of creation, especially the beauty of morning light. We join together in English. Praised are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of light and darkness, who makes peace and fashions all things. In mercy you illumine the world and those who live upon it. In your goodness you daily renew creation. How numerous are your works, Adonai. In wisdom you form them all, filling the earth with your creatures. Be praised, Adonai our God, for the excellent work of your hands, and for the lights you created, may they glorify you. Shine a new light upon Zion, that we all may swiftly merit its radiance. Praised are you, Adonai, creator of all heavenly lights. Baruch atah Adonai, yotzer hameorot. On page 231, we join together in the middle of the page.
Love your neighbor as yourself, you said. And light blinded, we saw that inner and outer worlds are one, as you are one. You spoke and we wrote. We reached for you down the centuries, your light moving before us. As we climbed, fell back, and climbed again, your Sinai of life. Baruch atah Adonai, habocher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
You may be seated.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך וחיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך כיום על לבביך ושינתן לבניך ודיברת בם ושבתך בביתך uvlechdecha v'derech, uvshachdecha uvkumecha, uvshartam leot al yadecha, v'chayu letotafot beinenecha, uchtaftam b'mezuzot beitecha, uvisha arecha. Lama antis keru v'asitem et kol mitzotai, v'hitem kedoshim le'Elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lahiyot lachem Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem.
On page 236 is a paragraph about the tzitzit, the fringes that we wear on the corners of our garments, prayer shawls. And I know that you have a very special talit that was custom made for you and ordered by your Nana, and also some of the embroidery was done by her. And so that makes it very special to not only have the tzitzit, which remind us of the commandments, but also to have your grandmother wrapping herself around you every time you put on the talit. So we read together in the middle of the page in English this paragraph about the tzitzit. Yes. Adonai said to Moses as follows, "Speak to the Israelite people and instruct them to make for themselves fringes on the corners of their garments throughout the ages. Let them attach a cord of blue to the fringe at each corner. That shall be your fringe. Look at it and recall all the commandments of Adonai and observe them, so that you do not follow your heart and eyes in your lustful urge. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God.
Adonai Elohechem Emet."
At the top of page 239, we join together. Emet,
there is no place where you are not. Even in the wilderness there is your word. Emet, that pen strokes of lightning, white fire, black flame, stir the soul's passion, guide our sacred way. True and enduring is Torah. Your truth for us is certain and established now and forevermore. Like Moses, Miriam, and all Israel, we sing out and rejoice.
We sing a song of freedom and rejoicing on page 240.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha neder b'kodesh. Nora tehilot osefele, nora tehilot osefele. Shira chadasha, shibechu gulim, leshimecha sefat hayam. Yachan kulam, haduvim lichu, vehim lechu v'yameru. Adonai imloch, Adonai imloch, le'olam va'ed.
Sure. So just a quick thing before we continue with the prayer. Jordan has a journal form of the prayer book that you have. And in response to the question that's on the facing page, where he's asked how he would dance in celebration, he writes, "I would do the disco because it is a happy dance." So you have to imagine him doing the disco for that. Please rise as you are able.
Zu Israel, kuma b'Yisrat Yisrael, ufedeichen umecha Yehuda v'Yisrael, koleinu Adonai tzvot shemo, kedosh Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai Ka'al Yisrael.
Page 242, the Amidah.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Oh God, open up my lips as I begin to pray. Oh God, open up my lips as I begin to pray. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agite hilatecha. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agite hilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanura El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei Hakol V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot U'Mevi Geula Livnei V'Nehem L'man Shema Ve'ahava Melech Ozer Moshiach U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham V'Zeratzara Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayeh Kol Atarav L'Chashia Mashiv HaRuach U'Marid HaGashem Mechalkel Hayim V'Chesed Mechayeh Hakol V'Rachamim Rabim Somech Noflim V'Ofei Cholim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Michamocha Ba'Gevurot Umido Melach Melach Mimid Umechayeh Umatzmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman Ata L'Chachayot Hakol Baruch atah Adonai Mechayeh Hakol.
Page 248.
נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וכרזל זה ויאמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך כל הארץ כבודו. אדיר אדירנו אדוני אדוננו, אדיר שמך בכל הארץ, ברוך כבוד אדוני במקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו ומלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון לדור ודור. הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש. ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
To all generations we will declare your greatness, and for all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Please be seated. We continue with a song of rejoicing in Shabbat, page 250.
Yismechu v'malachutecha, shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, korei oneg Shabbat. Mekadeshei shevi Shabbat, kulam yisbe'u, vayitan gumetu v'chashabat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat, V'korei Oneg Shabbat. V'hashvi'i ratzita ba v'kidash Shabbat. Chemdat ya'amim, o tekarata Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat, V'korei Oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat, V'korei Oneg Shabbat. Zecher lama'aseh v'reishit Shabbat. Zecher lama'aseh v'reishit Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat, V'korei Oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat, V'korei Oneg Shabbat.
Page 252, we continue this blessing together. Our God and God of our ancestors, be pleased with our rest. Sanctify us with your mitzvot and grant us a share in your Torah. Satisfy us with your goodness and gladden us with your salvation. Purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, Adonai, our God, grant us your holy Shabbat as a heritage. May Israel, who sanctifies your name, rest on Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, who sanctifies Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha-Shabbat. Page 255.
Ritzei, Ritzei, Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu, B'yamecha Yisrael, U'tefilatam b'avat tekabel, U'tehil ratzon tamid, U'tehil ratzon tamid, Avodat Yisrael Amecha. Baruch atah Adonai, Shotecha levadecha, V'yir anavod, Shotecha levadecha, V'yir anavod.
On the facing page 254, right in the middle, is a blessing for Rosh Chodesh, and today is in fact the first of the new month of, anyone know? It's the first of the month of Cheshvan, or Mar Cheshvan, said to be a bitter month because it has no holiday observances. It's the nicest month there is. So the blessing is, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, ya'aleh v'yavo v'yizacher zichronenu, v'zichro kol amcha beit Yisrael lefanecha, l'tova l'chein u'chesed u'rachamim, l'chaim u'shalom, v'yom rosh hachodesh hazeh. And so this is where we're going to say a line, and you're going to say amen afterwards. Zochreinu Adonai Eloheinu bo l'tova, ufokdenu bo livracha, V'hoshienu vo l'chaim. Remember us for well-being.
Amen.
Wait, do you want well-being? Okay, remember us for well-being.
Amen.
Visit us with blessing.
Amen.
Help us to a fuller life.
Amen.
Continue with a blessing of gratitude. On page 257, there's so many things that we take for granted that we don't even acknowledge as miracles in our lives. And that this prayer invites us to acknowledge that by saying the words modim anachnu lach. So try that.
Modim anachnu lach.
Means we gratefully acknowledge you, God, for all of these wonderful things. And I'll read the first paragraph and you'll read the second paragraph and back and forth, but we'll all join in on the refrain of Modim anachnu lach. For the expanding grandeur of creation, worlds known and unknown, galaxies beyond galaxies filling us with awe and challenging our imaginations.
Modim anachnu lach.
for this fragile planet Earth, its times and tides, its sunsets and seasons.
Modim anachnu lach. For the joy of human life, its wonders and surprises, its hopes and achievements.
Modim anachnu lach. For human community, our common past and future hope, for oneness transcending all separation, our capacity to work for peace and justice in the midst of hostility and oppression. Modim anachnu lach.
For high hopes and noble causes, for faith without fanaticism, for understanding of views not shared.
Modim anachnu lach. For all who have labored and suffered for a fairer world, who have lived so that others might live in dignity and freedom. Modim anachnu lach.
For human liberties and sacred rights, for opportunities to change and grow, to affirm and choose.
Modim anachnu lach. We pray that we may live not by our fears, but by our hopes, not by our words, but by our deeds. Blessed are you, Adonai, your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimacha, ulechana lechodot.
Continue with a prayer for peace, page 258.
Sim shalom tova uvracha. Sim shalom tova uvracha. Chen v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael amecha. Barchenu yotrenu kulanu ke'echa. Ba'or panecha. Sim shalom. Sim shalom tova uvracha. Sim shalom tova uvracha. Ki va'or panecha netata lanu Adonai Eloheinu Torah chaim ve'ahavat chesed u'tzedaka uvracha ve'rachamim ve'chaim ve'shalom. Sim shalom tova uvracha. Sim shalom tova uvracha. V'tov b'necha levarach et amecha Yisrael b'chol et v'chol sha'ah bishlomecha. Sim shalom tova uvracha. Sim shalom tova uvracha. Baruch atah Adonai amvarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom.
Amen.
With all of these prayers and songs that we've said and sung together, we still haven't really had the opportunity to offer the prayers of our own hearts, the prayers that we don't share with our ancestors and the prayers that we don't share even with the people sitting right next to us. And so we take a moment now to offer our silent prayer, the prayer of our hearts.
Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Yaseh shalom shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom shalom aleinu
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Well, that was miserable. I'm Jamie Gibson. I'm one of the rabbis here. Imagine you're saying Shabbat Shalom to him, and then you can say it mit enthusiasm as we say Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
It's wonderful to have everybody here. The central portion of the service, as opposed to the central prayer, which was just completed, is the taking out of the Sefer Torah, the scroll of the law, which is going to be read today by me, by Rabbi Gorbin, by Canterbury. We're all reading Torah today, okay? And the last portion is the special savory ones. They are yours, okay, as part of your bar mitzvah. We have lots of people who are going to be involved in our bar mitzvah celebration for the Torah service today. And all I'll say is this. If you have an aliyah for the Torah, that is, you're saying the blessing before and after, you come up this staircase and you stand right here by me. And after the Torah is read, you finish your blessing, then you come into Cantor Berman's side, and you stay for the blessing afterwards. That way, we prolong the honor of the blessing you've been given. If you forget your book, we have nice big print right up here for everyone, so you can find it, all right? In a minute or two, after the Torah comes out, we'll make sure everybody knows where a chumash is, so you can follow the Torah reading yourself. And again, if you go the wrong way, we don't do grand opera. We'll tap you on the shoulder, you go the right way. Ein ze bigi dili. It's a very ancient Hebrew phrase. It's not a big deal. It's okay as long as you're up here celebrating with this incredible, wonderful family. Right, guys? There you go. Yes. So we have to start with Julius and Teddy. They're going to come up with Rabbi Gorbin to open the ark in just a minute. We're turning in our books to page 244. In the brackets, it's, I think, 362. And it's our custom as you are able to. Where's Julius? Where are Torah? Come on, guys. Come up on the pulpit now. Find Rabbi Gorbin. Drag her over to the ark. Okay? It's our custom to rise as the ark is open. 362 in the brackets, 244.
Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai v'ein kemasecha malchutecha malchut kol olamim u'memshaltecha bechol dor v'dor Adonai melech Adonai malach Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed Adonai oz le'amo yitein Adonai varech et amo v'shalom Rachamim etivav etzoncha et Zion Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim Ki v'cha levad batachnu Melech Eram v'nisa Adon olamim.
Okay, Mr. Daddy, as parental unit, you come over here. Come on. There you go. Okay. Now, again, because I'm a Jewish mother gone crazy on steroids, Simon says 2 steps that way. 1, 2. This is our Torah. This is our heritage. By this heritage, our ancestors lived, and for the sake of it, they often had to die. But always this treasure and heritage was passed on to a new generation of young and eager hands to have and hold, to learn, to make their very own. Today, when we celebrated an extraordinary young man becoming bar mitzvah, we are so happy at the thought of this Torah being passed on to these strong, capable, wonderful, learning pair of hands. So we'll take the Torah from which he'll read today, and we'll pass it down yet once again from generation to generation to generation, from his grandparents to his parents, from his parents to him. Give it a hug. There you go. Perfect. There you go. Hug. There we go. Okay. We're going to put on this shoulder right here. I want you to hold it. I want on page 246 in our prayer book at the very top for Ki Mitzion, and then immediately to Baruch Shanatan on the following page.
It's 364.
Ki Mitzion tetzeh Torah, Ki Mitzion tetzeh Torah, Udvar Adonai Mirushalayim, Baruch Shenatan Torah,
Torah, Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah,
Le'amo Yisrael b'kedushato. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo. Gadlu Adonai iti uleromema Shemo yachdav. Lecha Adonai hagedula v'hagevura v'tiferet v'hanetzach v'hahod. Ki chol b'shamayim u'ba'aretz, ki chol b'shamayim u'ba'aretz. Lecha Adonai amamlecha v'mitnaseh lechol rosh. Lecha Adonai hagedula v'hagevura v'hatiferet v'hanetzach v'hahod. Ki chol b'shamayim u'ba'aretz, ki chol b'shamayim u'ba'aretz. Lecha Adonai amamlecha v'mitnaseh lechol rosh. Al shlosha devarim.
Okay, don't run them over.
Al shlosha devarim.
Over here. Shabbat shalom,
Al
guys.
shlosha devarim haolam omed. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim haolam omed. Al haTorah v'al avodah v'al gemilut chasadim. Al haTorah v'al avodah v'al gemilut chasadim. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim haolam omed. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim haolam omed. Al haTorah v'al avodah v'al gemilut chasadim. Al haTorah v'al avodah v'al gemilut chasadim. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim haolam omed. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim haolam omed. Al haTorah v'al avodah v'al gemilut chasadim. Al haTorah v'al avodah v'al gemilut chasadim.
Shlosha
Devarim. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim haolam omed. Al shlosha
devarim.
שלושה דברים העולם עומד.
Oh, you mean, Jen, we were fast, weren't we? Where's Rabbi Gorban? Okay. I knew where it was in the other Torah. You're going to have to find it here and now, okay? Okay, where's the beginning? Yeah, okay. So we're doing Parshat Noah, and we're going to do the end of the flood. Noah, of course, Noah is told he's the righteous one in his generation. I know that there will be a marvelous bar mitzvah Devar Torah about that and who Noah was. It's going to end with the Tower of Babel, but we're right toward the turning point of the flood. If you remember, in this creation story, we're told that the waters of the deep and the waters above are separated to create a space, and then like this and this for land. And we're told 10 generations later, things are so bad. How bad are they? They're so bad that we're going to descend back into chaos. And the fountains of the deep are opened up, and the waters from above, and only this little cork thing called an ark is going to survive. And we're going to do the latter part of the story as they discover land with birds, which is a fascinating scientific experiment that we'll try some other time, but we're going to read about here today. So for the first aliyah, we get to say, Yamdu la'aliyah rishona, shalom v'chaya, baruch Ariela, Bat Gershom Zalman v'malka Rivka, Richard, Karen, Bradley, Alyssa, and Ralph, which is a bunch of you. Okay, Vayomer Adonai.
Yes, I understand.
Okay. Okay, where's your pointer? Hold on. If you want like to touch into the Torah here, we're just going to have you touch in the middle. Hold on a second.
Right here.
Wait, Vayomer Adonai no ba'ata?
Yes.
Ba'ata. Okay, right there where she is. There you go. Baruch Adonai Barach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Barach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai
Hold it.
Eloheinu melech haolam.
Hold it.
Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. Hold the Torah for her, please. Okay.
ויאמר אדוני לנוח, ואתה וכל ביתך אל התיבה, כי איתך ראיתי צדיק לפני בדור הזה, מכל הבהמה הטהורה, תיקח לך שבעה איש ואשתו, ומן הבהמה אשר לא טהורה היא שניים איש ואשתו, גם מעוף השמיים שבעה זכר ונקבה, להיות זרע על פני כל הארץ, כי לימים עוד 7 אנוכי מתיר על הארץ 40 יום ו40 לילה, ומחיתי את כל היקום אשר עשיתי מעל פני האדמה, ויעש נוח ככל אשר ציווהו Adonai. And God said to Noah, take yourself and all your household to the ark, because I see in you a tzaddik, a righteous person, before me in this generation. And all the animals that are pure, take for yourself 7 male and 7 pairs, male and female, and from the animals that are not pure, take 2, male and female. Also from the birds of the sky, 7 pairs, male and female. They will to keep alive as seeds on the face of the earth, because because in 7 days coming, I will blot out the earth I will make it rain for 40 days and for 40 nights, and I will blot out all existence that I made from the face of the earth. And Noah did all that God commanded him.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'hayil lanu b'tavinu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. Yishkoch, come on over here. Yishkoch, 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 Yishkoch. Wonderful. So for the second aliyah, Yamdut, La Aliyah Hashniya, Batsheva, Raphael, Oriella. Will Julia and Chase please come for the next aliyah? Okay, so I'm going to do this here. So we have just been told the dimensions of the animals that are coming in. Then we're going to skip ahead. We are actually on page 59 in your Chumashim, the larger blue book that is in. So I'm going to be reading from right here. 59, it's Genesis chapter 7, verse 24. The first word is Vayigberu, so I'm going to start and do 1 and 2 together. Okay? Okay. You got it? Hold on a second. Hold on half a second. I want to make sure I have it here. Ba 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 ba. Da 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 da. That's 3. Okay, let's hear it. Here. Baruch Adonai Barak Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Hamevarach Leolam Vaed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Here, you hold this right here. That will make it easier. Thank you very, very much. Okay. Okay, so it starts Vayigberu. Vayigberu hamayim al haaretz, and the waters literally waxed, grew strong over the earth. Chamishimu ma'at yom, 150 days, and after that, Vayizkor Elohim et Noach. God remembered, oh yeah, there's Noach, ve'kol ha'chaya, and all the living things, ve'kol ha'behema, and all the livestock, asher ito bateva, that were with him on the ark. V'yaver Elohim ruach al haaretz, and God caused a wind to roar or sweep up across the land. V'yashoku hamayim, and the water began to dry up. V'yizkuru ma'ainot tohom, and God stopped up the great fountains of the deep, va'aru bota shamayim, and the treasure house of rain of the heavens. V'ikaleha geshem min hashamayim, so that the rain ceased from the heavens. V'yashuvu hamayim me'al haaretz, and the waters withdrew from upon the earth. Haloch v'shov, coming and going, but withdrawing. V'yachsuru hamayim miktzeh chamishim, and the waters had literally lessened at a period of chamishim u'ma'at yom, 150 more days. V'tanach hateva b'chodesh hashvi'i, so that the boat, the ark, came to rest in the 7th month. V'shiv'ah, on the 7th day, asher lechodesh, of that month, al hare Ararat, in the mountains of eastern Turkey called Ararat. Note, there have been hundreds of expeditions to eastern Turkey, to Ararat, to find the ark. If we do not look at this as literal, but as a story about the morality of humanity, finding the wood is not as important as learning the story. V'hamayim hayu haloch, and the water was continuing to recede, v'chasor, and to withdraw, ad hachodesh asiri, until the 10th month. V'asiri b'chad lachodesh, in the 10th month, on the 1st of the month, nir'u rashe heharim. That was when the tops of the mountains appeared. Okay.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'toheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yishkoch. Go say hello to these lovely people over here. There you go. Yamdu la'aliyah hashlishit simcha bat velva ze'ev Rut Leah. Yehudit bat Velva Ze'ev Urut Leah, Peretz Ben Chaim Ilana, Jessica, Jody, and Brian. Are you reading now?
Oh, wait, did you do this?
I don't know if I did. What's the last word we stopped on? What verse?
First 5. We finished with 5.
Okay, then then you're doing, okay, I'm going to do this.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'll do these two together.
Yes. Okay, here we go. If you're bringing that talit over here, right here. Anytime, right here too. Anytime you're ready. Baruch Adonai Barak Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'chapanu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Vayimi ketza ba'im yom, and it was after 40 days. Vayivtach Noach et chalon hateva. Noah opened the window of the ark, asher asa, that he had made. Vayishlach et ta'orev. He sent out a raven. Vayetze yatzov ashov, and it went out, toing and froing, going and coming, ad yavoshet hayamim, until the drying up of the alamayim, until the drying up of the water me al haaretz, from upon the land. Vayishlach et hayonah me'ito lirot, and then he sent out a dove from him in order to see, hakalu hamayim me al penei ha'adama, whether the water had eased from the face of the earth. V'lo matzah hayonah manoach lechaf raglecha. It's a very famous line. And the dove could not find a resting place for its foot. V'teshev alav el hateva, and so it returned to the ark. Ki mayim al penei kol haaretz, for there was water over the face of the earth. V'shlach yado, Moses literally stretched out his hand. V'yikacheh, Noah. What did I say? Moses. Well, it's not Moses yet. It's foreshadowing, right? Sorry. And Noah stretched forth his hand, and he took it, vayave ota elav, and he brought it to him, el hateva, into the ark. Yachel od shivat yamim, and he waited 7 more days, shivat yamim acherim, vayosef shalach et yonah, and he sent forth the dove once again, min hateva, from the ark, vateve elav hayonah le'et erev, and at eventide the dove came back, vihine alezayed taraf befia, there was a torn off olive branch in its mouth. Noach ki kalu hamayim, and then it was truly certain to Noah that the waters had eased al haaretz, from upon the face of the earth. V'yechel od shivat yamim, and he waited another 7 days, yamim acherim. V'yishlach et yonah, and he sent forth the dove again. V'lo yasfa shuv elav, and it never again returned to him od again. There? Vayihi is the next aliyah? Okay, very good. Blessing afterwards. Baruch
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yishkoch. Say hello to these people. Don't walk away yet. There you go. There you go. Come say hello to everybody. There you go. Okay, so I have Vahayu, Vayihi, Bechat, right? Sure. One, two, three. Yamdu la'aliyah haravi'it Gershon Zalman v'malka Rivka. Will Jerry and Myrna please come for the next aliyah? Okay. Can I check her, please? Thank you. So. Oh, she's. Okay, guys, come on over here.
Yes. I do not do Hebrew.
Well, then we're going to do it together. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach. Baruch Adonai Hambarach. Baruch Adonai Hambarach leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Amen. Will you hold this right here, please? There we go. Vayhi, v'chat shana barishon bechad lachodesh. I'm still not on. Okay. On the
601st.
But on the 601st day.
Yep.
What? Berishon bechad lachodesh, in the first month, charvu hamayim me'al haaretz, the waters began to dry from the earth. Vayisar Noach et michseh hateva, and so Noah took off the covering of the ark. Vayar vehine charvu pnei ha'adama, and behold, look, the waters, the face of the land had dried up. Uvachodesh hasheni b'shiva v'esrim yom lachodesh, and on the second day, on the 17th day of the month, yavsha haaretz, the earth was dry. Vaydaber Elohim el Noach lemor, and so God spoke to Noah, saying, Tzeh min hateva ata ve'ishtecha uvanecha unshevanecha itach. Go forth from the ark. You and your wife and your sons wives should all go with you. Kol hachaya asher itcha mikol basar ba'of uva'behema uvachol haremes al haaretz in hayotze itach. All of the living things that are with you, all of the flesh, the birds, the cattle, and all of the creepy crawly things that crawl upon the earth should all go out with you. V'shartzu ba'aretz, and they should spread out across the earth. Ufaru v'ravu, and they should be fruitful and multiply al haaretz, on the land. Vayotze Noach uvanav v'ishto v'noshe vanav ito, and so Noah and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives went out. Kol hachaya, kol haremes, v'kol ha'of, kol haromes al haaretz l'mishpachotehem yatsu min hateva. And so all living things, everything that crawls upon the earth, all the birds and all the creepy crawlies crawling upon the earth, according to their families, all went out from the ark. Vayiven Noach mizbeach l'Adonai, and so Noah then built an altar to the Eternal, to Adonai. Vayikach mikol habehema hatehora umikol haof hatahor, and so he took from among the cattle that were pure and from the birds that were pure. Vayal olot b'mizbeach, and he offered up burnt offerings on the altar. Vayarach Adonai et reach hanichoach, and God smelled the pleasing smell, or the comforting smell, or the calming smell. One of my professors even translated as the tranquilizing smell, because remember, God has been really angry up until this point, and so this offering is a way of calming God down a little bit. So the tranquilizing smell. Vayomer Adonai Elibo, and God said into God's heart, Lo osif lekalel od et ha'adama, and I will not continue to curse the land, ba'avur ha'adam, because of humanity, ki yetzer lev ha'adam ra min urav, because the inclination of humanity is towards evil from youth. V'lo osif od lehakot et kol chai ka'asher asiti, and I will not continue to strike all living things as I have done. Ad kol yemei haaretz, zera v'ktsir, v'kor v'chom, v'kayitz v'choref, v'yom v'layla, lo yishbotu, until the very last days of the earth. There will continue to be sowing and reaping, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night. None of them will ever cease.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu et Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Go say hello to these wonderful people. Oh, gonna lose the Torah there. Yamdu la'aliyah chamishit velvo ze'ev ben Shimon va'alma v'rut Leah bat Avram v'Sara. Okay, right here. I think. Let me make sure. Rabbi Gorbin, come here a second.
Your last quote was
Yishbot. Just tell me which line where you were. Yetzer, right? Asiti, Katsir, right here. I didn't want to get you to the wrong place. Okay.
Baruch Adonai HaBarach.
Baruch Adonai Barach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaBarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol hayamim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Hold the Torah here. Thank you. Vayvarech Elohim et Noach, and God blessed Noah et banav, and along with his children. Vayomer lehem, and he said, Pru revu, be fruitful and do long division or multiply. All those things that we do to increase. Umil'u et haaretz, and fill up the earth. The exact same command that was given to Adam and Eve, that to be fruitful and multiply. V'morachem v'chitchem, but the fear and dread of you, yeh al kol chayat ha'ar, shall be upon all the animals of the land, all living things. V'al kol of shamayim, and all the birds of the sky. V'chol asher tirmos adama, all the creeps or locomotes upon the earth, ha'adama, u'v'chol degei hayam, and all of the fish of the sea. B'yedchem natnu kol natanu, into your hand or possession all of these are given. Kol remes asher hu chai lachem, everything that moves, that is alive, lachem yihi el ochla, shall be yours for food. Does anybody remember last week what our diet was? We're veggies. We're told only eat green plants. And as a concession to human violence, we're told, okay, if you have to kill an animal. That's what we're told. That's why we're able to eat. Ki yerek esev natati lechem, like the green things of the field, the grasses, have I given these to you. Et kol, all of it. Ach, mark here, besan benafsho damo lo tochelu. But things with their lifeblood in them you shall not eat. V'ach, you shall mark et demechem lenafshotechem edrosh. I shall call an accounting for the blood that you shed of living things. Miyad kol chaya, of every living thing, edrashanu, shall I call an accounting. Umiyad ha'adam miyad ish achiv edrosh, and from the hand of the violence of a human being, from that person shall I call an accounting. Et nefesh ha'adam shafoch dam ha'adam be'adam damo yishapech. And anybody who takes the life of a human by a human hand shall that person's blood be shed. Ki b'tzelem Elohim asat adam, for it is in the image of God that God created humanity. V'atem pru u'ravu, as for you, be fruitful and multiply, shirtzu ba'aretz v'ravuva, and you shall swarm upon the earth, multiplying upon it. Right here.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'tzkeinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yeshikach, say hello to these lovely people. And Jordan's going to read the last two aliyot. We're going to get him up here. Okay? Yamdu Chana Shena bat Velva Ze'ev Rut Leah Yehuda ben Gershon Zalman v'Malka Rivka. Jordan, you want to read Torah?
Don't ask a question.
No, I know the answer to that one. Okay. What's your first word? I need Vayomer here, Vayomer Elohim.
Yeah.
Okay. Here, take it. Okay. Use his talis, that's fine. Okay, nice and loud. Here we go.
Baruch et Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach leolam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen. Wait, we're going to make sure your mic is on. We're going to tap his mic right there. Tap it. Oh, it's on. Good.
Amen. Vayomer Elohim el Noach v'banav ito lemor v'ani hineni mekim et briti itchem ve'et zarachem acharechem ve'et kol nefesh chachaya asher itchem ba'av b'bachama v'chol chayat ha'aretz itchem michol yotzei hateva lecho chayat ha'aretz v'hakimoti et briti itchem v'lo yikaret kol basar od mimei hamabul v'lo yahiyeh od mabul l'shachet ha'aretz.
And so it was that God said to Noah and to his children the following: I am establishing this my covenant with you and with your offspring after you, and with all living things that are with you from the heavens and the livestock and all the living things upon the earth along with you, of all that has come out from the ark, of all living things on the earth. I establish my covenant with you, and I shall never again destroy all life, all flesh again with the waters of the flood, and never again will the waters of the flood destroy all the earth. Blessings right there.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen. Kiss your parents, they're nice people. Jen, you're going to come back over here. This is the parents' place, the very special place that you guys get to stand. Okay? The only thing is you have to hold the Torah. Now, this is the very first time Jordan's being called to the Torah in his own right. And of all the things he's done today, helping to lead services, the fact that he's going to interpret Torah, this is the thing that actually marks the transition point. From now on, you will always be able to be called by your name in your right, but it's why the first time we call you in a very special way. Yamod, 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 levarech et hakriya, Shmuel Hanasi ben Yehuda v'Chanashena bar mitzvah. Right here.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Vayomer Elohim zot utabrit asher ani noten beini uvein nechem uvein kol nefesh chaya asher itchem l'darot olam et kashti natati be'anan v'hata leot berit beini uvein ha'aretz v'haya be'anani anan al ha'aretz v'nirata ha'keshet be'anan v'zacharti et briti asher beini uvein nechem uvein kol nefesh chaya b'chol basar v'lo yahiyeh od ha'mayim l'mabul l'shachet kol basar v'hayta ha'keshet be'anan oriti ha'lizkor berit olam be'en Elohim uvein kol nefesh chaya b'chol basar asher ol ha'aretz vayomer Elohim el Noach zot utabrit asher hakimoti beini uvein kol basar asher ol ha'aretz.
Beautiful, beautiful chanting. Hold on, let me get the translation here. And Yes, and God said the following. God said, this is the sign of the covenant that I am giving between me and between you and between all living things that are with you for all their generations forever. My bow am I placing in the clouds, and it shall serve as a sign of the covenant between me and between the earth. And when it is that in my clouds there's the cloud over the earth, and there appears the bow in the clouds, I shall remember my covenant that is between me and you, and between all living things and all flesh, that there shall never be water upon the earth in the form of a flood to destroy all flesh. And it will be that my bow shall be in the clouds, and it shall be seen as a remembrance of this eternal covenant between God and between all living things, among all those things that are upon the earth. And thus it was that God said to Noah, this is in fact the sign of the covenant that I am establishing between me and between all flesh that is upon the earth. Let's get you through this blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noteinu Torah.
Amen. Amen. Kiss them again. They're still nice people. Mazel tov. You stay here, okay? Let's cover the Torah. Now, there are many, many prayers that we get to do while the Torah is open. Can you hold your books, please, so I can cover the Torah? There you go. Okay. The first blessing is a prayer for the state of Israel. I'm going to invite Karen and Joel to come up for the blessing for the state of Israel. If you're following in your prayer book, this is on page 259, 377 in the brackets. Come on in. This, then this.
Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love you prosper. O Heavenly One, protector and redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love, spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen.
Beautiful. Go say hello to him, Jordan, if you would. And a blessing for our country, Jimmy and Stacy Curtis. Where are you guys? There's been a blessing for our country ever since rabbinic times under the Romans. In Pirkei Avot, we learn pray for the welfare of the government, because without a government, people would eat each other alive or shoot each other. The Romans didn't say that. That's my modern take on it. Okay, do you have it right here? We're on page 258, right here. O guardian, okay?
O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help all of us to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit.
Amen. Thank you. I didn't mean to cut off your Isaiah there. Go say hello, Lord. Okay. And we have special prayers today because there are so many people participating. We're going to invite Chris to come up for a prayer for understanding. And where are Beanie and Drew? We're going to come and have you come up at the same time. So everybody's up together here. Do you have the prayer? Do you have the prayer that you're doing? Is that a special prayer that you have? Let's see what we have. It's okay. We got it? Is it coming? Here we go. A prayer for understanding. Right here, God of peace.
God of peace, be with us. You who guide the destinies of the world so that the end may come to chauvinistic boasting. May the reign of arrogance dwindle in our time. Give us the courage to speak the truth and the humility to listen. Help us all to put the good of our fellows above our own ambitions and the truth which does not profit us above the lie which does. So may we stand upright, freed from the burden of fear and the weight of suspicion, learning to trust each other. Help each one of us to bring our own offering of understanding and our own sacrifice for peace, so that we are at peace with ourselves and live in peace with those around us. Then in tranquility may we all go forward to build our kingdom in the world until the earth shall be filled with your knowledge as the waters cover the sea.
Beautiful. Go say that to Jordan. Okay. Guys, come on in. You know, while the Torah is open, your heart is open. So we have more prayers. We're not going to run out.
A family prayer. Oh God, we come so often with needs to be satisfied. We come to you now in gratitude for what we have and are.
Help us to make our home a sanctuary, warmed by reverence, adorned by tradition, with family bonds that are strong and enduring, based on love, truth, trust, and affection.
Grant us gratitude enough to look backward and be thankful, courage enough to look forward and be hopeful, faith enough to look upward and be humble, kindness enough to look outward and be helpful.
And in the week ahead, help us to live the words we pray, so that all that we have done be found good and worthy of your blessing.
Thank you so much. Go say hello to Jordan, okay? In your prayer book, if you can find page 261, there's a prayer for the new moon. Today is the new moon. We finally left Tishrei with all of our holidays. Cheshvan, some of you know the Jewish calendar, is the most remarkable month in all the Jewish calendar because it's unremarkable. There are no Jewish holidays, no commemorations of Cheshvan. It's called the Rabbi's Afterbreath. So oh my gosh, all the holidays, but we still want to celebrate the coming of this new moon, and the cantors as well. I don't want to leave you out. The blessing is on page, what is it there?
261 in the black numbers, 379 in the blue.
Okay.
Yehi ratzon milfanecha Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu shetechadesh aleinu et hachodesh haba letova v'livracha v'titen lanu chayim arukim chayim shel shalom chayim shel parnasa chayim shetehevanu avat Torah v'yirat shamayim Chaim shimalu mishalot libeinu letova. Amen. Rosh Chodesh Cheshvan hu hayom.
Our God and God of our ancestors, may the new month bring us goodness and blessing. May we have long life, peace, and prosperity, a life exalted by love of Torah and reverence for the divine, a life in which the longings of our hearts are fulfilled for good. The new month of Cheshvan begins today.
And finally, there's a prayer of healing for those who are in need of healing on this Shabbat. If you look on your books on page 253 or 371 in the brackets, we're going to ask, as the Mishaberach is sung, that you take a moment and call to mind the people in your lives who are in need of healing. And rather than that just be general, some of you know me well and know that I always want to refer to specific people who are in need of healing, those in hospitals who are clearly terrified about what will happen to them in just the next day, or recovering from dangerous operations, those who are in nursing homes or assisted living facilities, who are probably facing a long weekend without even one visitor, or those who walk the earth with a stone in the heart, or face the daily battles of sobriety. We wish them comfort and ease. We wish them healing of body, mind, and spirit, as the Mishaberach is sung. As it is sung, we're going to ask you to respond Amen to each of the two verses, and that you hold those people that you wish healing for dear in your heart.
And feel free to join in.
May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say together, Amen. Mikor habracha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Yamdu hamagbiya v'hagolelet. Well, as the halves come up to lift and tie the Torah, we'll ask as you are able, please rise.
I have the belt. Bizot HaTorah asher sa Moshe livnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai biad Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. 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 Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe.
Okay. So, the Haftarah is going to be from Isaiah. It's chapter 66. It's done with the appropriate reading. We're doing Rosh Chodesh? Okay. So, do you have the larger blue books in front of you? I hope you do. And we'll be able to find. Now, I'd like you to be able to find this because this will not be translated. It's the only thing that we do in our service that is not translated. And so I'm going to find it for us. You want to find it? It'll be done after the appropriate blessing. Now, look at the bounty we have here. It's your job, kids, to start distributing candy. Now, before you distribute candy, a couple notes. We're going to ask people not rustle them and don't eat them. It's not intermission. That's not what we're doing here. At the end of the Haftarah, after the blessing, as a sign of joy and sweetness of this moment, you're going to gently waft soft candy in his direction. You're not trying to take out his eye, and you're not going out for the major leagues, right? So, and then all the kids who are here will be human vacuum cleaners, and they will all get the candy. Anybody who wants the candy, the only thing we ask is if you take candy and eat it, you find somebody with a pocket that you put the wrappers in the pocket to make it easier for us at the end of the service. So do we have a page number?
We do. We are on page 1684.
Which is the Haftarah for the day of Rosh Chodesh where we are. It'll be done after the appropriate blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar bin ve'im tovim v'ratzah b'divreihem ha'ne'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'torah v'Moshe avdo v'Yisrael amo v'vinvi'eh ha'emet v'tzedek. K'amar Adonai hashamayim kisi v'ha'aretz hadam raglai yezeh v'yit asher tivnu li v'zeh makam menuchati v'kol ele yadi asata v'yihiu kol ele num Adonai v'al zeh abid elani unecheruach v'chared al devari shochet hashor makeish tzoveh achaseh orev kelev ma'aleh minchat lam chazir maskir levonach meverech aven gam hem abacharu b'rachechem u'shikutehem hasham chafetza gam ani evchar v'ta'u lehem Ugrotam afilahem ya ankarati ve'enaneh diparti below shameyu vaya asu hara ve'enai uva asher lo chafatzli bacharu shim'u deradonai hacharedim adivro amru achechem sonechem nadechem Laman Shemi Yichbad Adonai V'nir'eh b'simchachem v'hem yevoshu Kol sha'on me'ir kol mechecho Kol Adonai Meshalem gemu lo oivav B'terem tachil yalada B'terem yavo chevel la v'him lita zachar Mishama kazod, mira'a ka'ele, hayuchal, eretz bayom echad, im yavalagoy pa'am echad, ki chala, gam yada tzion, et baneha, hani ashbir, v'lolit, yamar Adonai, imani hamalit, atzarti, amar Elohayich. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam tzur kol haolamim tzaddik b'chol hadorot ha'el ha'ne'eman ha'omer v'aseh ha'medaber u'mekayem shechol devarav emet v'tzedek al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al hanvi'im ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh shenetata lanu Adonai Eloheinu liktushav linucha Lechavot utifa aret al hakol Adonai Eloheinu anachnu modim lach umevarchim otach yitbarach shimcha befi kol chai tamid le'olam va'ed Baruch ata Adonai
Baruch Baruch Shemo
Mekadesh HaShabbat
Amen. Siman tov, a mazel tov, a mazel tov, a siman tov, siman tov, a mazel tov, a mazel tov, a siman tov, mazel tov, a siman tov. Yeah, hey, come on, collect it. Yeah, hey, come on, collect it. Get all the candy. Oh, lecho Yisrael. Get behind me.
Look, there's one right there.
Get behind me.
Right there. Right here.
Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, mazel tov, siman. Yehelanu, 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 ulecho Yisrael, yehelanu, yehelanu, ulecho Yisrael, Well, they only missed one up here. We'd like you to put away your chumash and find your prayer book once again. We're going to ask, who's coming up here? Where's Jacob and Cameron? Where are Jacob and Cameron? You guys come up, follow Rabbi Gorban, if you would, please.
Ready?
come on. I didn't have them on my list. Come on up. Come on. All right, as the ark is open, as you were able, please rise and come on over here with the Torah, both of you.
יהללו את שם אדוני, כי נזכר שמו לבדו.
We're on page 256 or 374.
על ארץ ושמיים, וירם קרן לעמו, תהילה לכל חסידיו, לבני ישראל עם גרובו. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Ki lekach tov natati lachem torati al ta'azovu. For a good heritage have I given you, do not forsake it.
Eitz chaim hi lamachzikim ba v'tom me'ushar dirachei darchei noam v'chol netivotea shalom hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva chadish chadish yameinu chadish yameinu kekedem.
Have a seat, everyone. Somebody commented that at a bar mitzvah, it's a little chaotic, and we don't get style points. You get neshama points. You get value for the spirit that people have, and what a marvelous spirit this family and all their friends have to want to share with as many people as possible. We ask our students to fulfill more than competence and ability, but excellence in three areas. One is to lead services. One is to read Torah and Haftarah, and the other is to interpret. To interpret Torah means that you've looked at its meaning and essence, and you've not just learned what our masters, our commentators have said, you've tried to make it your own. It becomes your Torah, and we are so eager to hear your Torah today. Teach us.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
The Torah portion for today is Noah. It includes the animals saved 2 by 2 in the Tower of Babel. But I'm going to focus on the story of Noah and the flood. One night, as I sat in my bed, I looked to the far corner of my room and saw something that surprised me. It turned out that my birth sampler, which was hand needle pointed by my grandma Liddy Pollard, aka Nana, was of Noah, the animals, and the ark. I then noticed that the mezuzah on my bedroom doorframe was also a Noah theme. When I told my mom this, she pulled out an art print which was hanging in my baby room at my old house of Noah, the animals, the dove, and the rainbow, with the entire Torah portion written in tiny Hebrew letters, making up the shape of the ark. It seems that I was destined to read this parsha. In the story of Noah, God senses that the world is getting more and more corrupt. It's so bad that God decides to wipe out everybody and every living creature that breathes air. God could have destroyed everything and started over entirely, but instead, God chose Noah and his family to repopulate the world. God chose Noah because he was a righteous man in his generation. But this still doesn't mean that he was righteous as we think of it today, blameless, honorable, respectable. Really, he was the best of the worst, not the best of the best. We know this because Noah followed God's commands to build an ark without questioning whether destroying the world was the right thing to do or encouraging the other people to follow Noah's example. In contrast, Abraham, who better fits the definition of someone who is righteous, tried to bargain with God to save the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah if 10 innocent people lived there. and continued bargaining until he negotiated down to finding one righteous person. In other words, Abraham was willing to search for and save innocent, moral, and good people, while Noah was willing to let everyone die. God told Noah to build an ark that would withstand the forces of the flood. The rabbis wonder how other people responded to Noah building the ark. In Midrash Tanhuma, a rabbi says that as people passed Noah, they noticed that he was building something very large. They asked, "Noah, what are you building?" And Noah replied, "I'm building an ark because God is going to bring a flood to wipe out the world." Since Noah's answer was so far-fetched, the people didn't believe him, so they went on with their corrupt life. If Noah was truly a righteous person, he would have told them the who, what, when, where, why, and how of what was going to happen and plead with them to change their corrupt lives. Just before bringing the flood, God told Noah to gather all of his family, 7 pairs of every pure animal and 1 pair of every non-kosher creature. When the flood finally hit, it wiped out everything on earth except for Noah, his family, and the creatures in the ark. It only rained in for 40 days and 40 nights, but the flood lasted for 150 days until the water started to go back down. After the water started to ebb, Noah sent out a raven to see if there was any land. This was the wrong choice because ravens eat carcasses, and since there were so many carcasses, it was like heaven for the raven, and it never came back. After 7 days, Noah sent out a dove to find land to rest her feet on, but she couldn't find any. She came back and stayed in the ark. Noah waited 7 more days before sending the dove back out, and what do you know? The dove came back with an olive branch in its mouth. So Noah knew that the flood was starting to end. Yet again, he waited 7 days before sending the dove out. And this time, the dove did not return, so he knew that the flood was completely over. When Noah, his family, and the animals got off of the ark, Noah built an altar and made offerings to God. As a result, God promised Noah that there would never again be a flood to destroy everything on the earth, no matter how corrupt it became. God made this promise in the hopes that the world wouldn't become as evil again. The symbol of God's promise to Noah was a rainbow, which showed Noah that no matter what, the world will always have a bright side to it, even on the worst days. It has been less than 2 months since Hurricane Harvey damaged and flooded Houston and the surrounding areas. Hurricane Irma hit the Caribbean islands in Florida, and Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico and the rest of the Caribbean for the 3rd time in a month. The Caribbean islands were already struggling because there was so much damage after Hurricane Irma. People needed food, water, gas, and medical supplies. And then Hurricane Maria hit. There are still so many people that need help. That made me think, if so much water flooded this relatively small area of the world and did such incredible damage, imagine how much water there had to be, how much destruction there was in the story of Noah, where the whole world was flooded with water. If there is a small bright side to these recent floods, we have seen and heard that those areas hit the hardest by the hurricanes have come together to help those in need. These people were mostly civilians who risked their lives in order to save others that they did not know. In Houston, we heard of neighbors taking their boats and going door to door to help with evacuations. Another example was when a CNN reporter was filming the flooding and helped to save a woman and her elderly parents. He and his crew were about to head home when they were flagged down by a woman who needed help to get her elderly parents out of their flooded home. He then stopped talking into the mic and went to help the father into the boat for safety. The mother had Alzheimer's, so that made it harder for them to get her into the boat, but they managed to rescue her as well. The rabbis teach that the rainbow symbolizes purity because you can see through rainbows, almost like you can see into someone with a pure and kind heart. Even if you can't see a rainbow after a bad storm, you can still see so many good deeds going on around you and search for the good in people. Doing good deeds and helping others are a way of showing that there is a bright side to terrible circumstances. During the school year, I will be participating in the Samuel M. Goldston Teen Philanthropy Project through the JCC, where I will be learning about nonprofit organizations that are making a difference in the community. By volunteering and learning about Jewish values, I will see firsthand how tzedakah and good deeds can help others in my community. As part of today's service, I'm participating in a twinning program through the Holocaust Center for the Jewish Federation of Greater Pittsburgh. I'm sharing my bar mitzvah in memory of Judith, my maternal great-grandmother Alma Poller's niece. Judith's birth and death records have not been located, but through information that we know about the survival of my mom's grandma Paula, I hope to honor Judith, a girl who certainly didn't get to have a bat mitzvah. Much like everything that was destroyed in the flood in the story of Noah, the rest of Grandma Paula's family, including Judith, were wiped out during the Holocaust. Grandma Paula grew up with her sister and parents in Vienna, Austria. She told my Auntie Jess that her sister Paula was killed during the Holocaust and that her sister last lived with her little girl Judith in Poland. Paula was married and a trained chemist, but when she was no longer able to work because she was Jewish, she became a cosmetician and hairdresser to the Jews of her area. Grandma Paula was able to escape from Vienna in 1939, leaving her parents, her sister, and her sister's family behind. She was able to get a sponsor and a visa to travel to the United States by looking up her mother's maiden name in a New York phone book from the American consulate. Grandma Paula was the only one of her immediate family to survive the Holocaust. It's important to me to pass down these kinds of stories from prior generations so that their memories are not forgotten. I would like to thank all of you for coming here today and listening to me. Specifically, I'd like to thank Rabbi Gibson and Rabbi Gorman for their time and training. I would like to thank Cantor Berman for making me the best I can be on the Bima and making sure that everything was near perfect. I would also like to thank my tutor, Adele Safran, for teaching me all of the trip and the cantillation for the Haftarah, which was a whole nother process. I'd like to thank my grandparents, Gamma and Poppy, for taking me to musicals and plays. I'd also like to thank you for teaching me to say I love you in sign language. I would like to thank Nana for making me Matali and Papa for taking me to all of the sporting events. I also love looking over at a baseball game while we are on TV and seeing Nana reading her book. I'd like to thank my parents most of all for being very supportive of me and making sure that this would be my very special day. I'd also like to thank you both for taking me to all of my sporting events and for driving the extra mile just to make me smile. Last but not least, I'd like to thank my brother Julius for being such a kind, sweet younger brother to me, and for listening to my Torah portion when he would much rather be watching TV or bugging me to play baseball with him. Thank you again for coming today on my special day.
Say Yesh Koach. I'll tell you what, I get to be the very first one to greet you and shake your hand, and I'll tell you, there are students who have great knowledge, but they're not sure of themselves. There are students who are sure of themselves, but they haven't learned that much. There are students who have the whole package, and it's wonderful to see that. It's wonderful to see it on your pulpit, in your synagogue. You know every seat in this sanctuary, don't you? You sat all around, you sat with your parents, you've been with your class, all the things that you could do, you've done here. And so there was no discomfort. This is not an alien space for you, and certainly none of the people here who love you so much, who many have known you since when you were born. They're not strangers. They're family, whether they're by blood or just by their feelings for you. And so it's natural for you to say, this place is mine where I can pray, lead, and teach. I think that you're one of the youngest students I've ever had who actually understands the issue of the raven. The raven is let out and goes to and fro because it's a carnivore and there's so much to eat in the water, as you said. The raven is almost a universal symbol of violence, and so the fact that it was not let out in an orderly fashion is a metaphoric, it's a poetic problem to this very day. There are ravens out there, aren't there, who are willing to commit violence against others. On the other end, there are all the rest of us who are trying to figure out how to be the best people we know how to be, and the Jewish community how to be the best Jewish people we know how to be. And sometimes it's hard because we get caught up in our daily lives, in the family responsibilities you have with your parents and your brother, in the school responsibilities, and your responsibility to your teammates when you play sports and things like that. So how do you find time for this part of your life? Some people say if you are not here all the time, then this part of your life is not really active. But I would quote a story to let you know that you take here, what you do here, out into the world that needs it. Long ago and far away in a little town called Berdichev, there was a rabbi named Levi Yitzchak who was known. He was a sainted rabbi. He always cut people slack. You know, when some rabbis would point their fingers and wave and say, you should not do that and you should do this, he would always find a way to say people are doing the very best they can and not just cut people a concession or cut them slack, but elevate what they were doing to something wonderful and even holy. That's what I want you to have in your life, and I want you to be able to have that attitude toward others. So there was a balagula. He was a wagon driver, and he would transport goods and people all day long. And he once went to the Berditchever, and he said, I have a real problem. I want to pray more. I want to be in the presence of God, but I can't come to shul all the time. What should I do? And the Berditchever looked at him and said, well, let me ask you a question. Do you charge people for using your wagon for transporting? He said, of course I do. That's how I make my living. Well, do you charge them fair prices? High-born, low-born, anybody, you charge fair prices? He said, yes, I do. And he finally looked at the driver and said, what do you charge poor people? He said, poor people? I don't charge them anything at all. And the Berditchever said, God is already with you. You have brought God into the world where God is so needed. You don't have to come to pray all the time, because you are a living prayer. You are the representative of God's presence in the world by taking care of those who are vulnerable, those who need help, by not charging them at all. You have brought the Almighty out of a limited space and into God's world where God belongs. If you remember that every time you play a sport, you can do so ethically. Every time you do an assignment, you can do your best. Every time you are kind to your wonderful younger brother and respectful of your parents, you bring God into the world. We need God in this world, whether it's people bringing boats to Houston or power to Puerto Rico or anything that needs to be done. When we say in our prayers that God upholds the falling and heals the sick and frees the captive, you understand in your heart that we are the hands of God. And what hands you have. Magnificent blessings they are. It's our hope and prayer for you that you're blessed throughout your entire life, even as you're blessed at this moment by Rabbi Gorbin and Cantor Berman, who come to join me now. I'm not letting go of your hand, you know. Rabbi Gorbin's going to take the other one.
Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Yair Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka.
May the light of God shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha. Shalom, 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 shalom.
So may God lift up God's presence to you and grant you joy, purpose, wholeness, and most of all, peace. As together we say,
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lahazman hazeh. Praise you, Adonai, our God, ruler of all, who has caused us to live, sustained us, and allowed us to reach this very, very happy time. Now listen, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to give you guys my mic so you can talk to your son. Here you go. Here. Thank you. There. You're both saying something? Look at your dad. There you go.
Before the service, I was told that I have only 10 minutes to talk to you, so I guess I need to be economical with my words. In our house, not that bedtimes are easy, but every night before both boys go to bed, we always end the evening tucking them into bed and saying that we love and are proud of them. As I told Jordan last week, regardless of his bar mitzvah performance, these two things are unconditional and always will be. Jen and I are not sure where 13 years have gone, as it seems like only yesterday that Jordan came home from the hospital and either Jen or I was rocking him on the porch swing on Garina Road. It's still there. but I am sure that we have been truly blessed on so many levels. Without waxing eloquent on the virtues of both of my children, I can comfortably say that Jordan and Julius are good in the classroom as they are competitive on the playing field, as they are caring, charming, compassionate, insightful, and yes, oftentimes funny. As we stand in this room surrounded by brothers, sisters, dear friends, 2 sets of grandparents, talk about blessings, Baruch Hashem, and the people who make our lives full and are watched over by those who are no longer with us, my maternal grandparents, Jen's, and Jennifer's aunt, Sue Ann. We are both immensely proud of Jordan for carrying on the tradition of our ancestors and for choosing to do a twinning ceremony, giving an opportunity to someone who certainly wasn't given the chance. I have 8 minutes left. Today, Jordan, your star is shining bright, as well it should be. And whatever you do, or wherever you go, God willing, accompanied by success or set back by temporary failure, much like the North Star, one thing will always be constant, and that is we both love and are proud of you, and we always will, unconditionally. Did a nice job.
I'm so happy to invite Katie Whitlatch up to represent the Board of Trustees and the leadership, the senior leadership of Temple Sinai.
You did great.
There you go. They have more hugging to do, okay? See her? Okay, no, it's okay. I want you to stand here and face her, okay?
Hi, everybody. It is my honor to be here representing the Temple Sinai Board, but also as the parent of a recipient of Jordan's judicious soccer refereeing, and also as a friend of the family. It's really, truly an honor to be up here. Jordan, you did such a fantastic job today. The confidence in your 13 years, and I'm going to quote here for a second from, if you haven't read the poem on the back, must come from the know-it-alls and talkative ones, is my guess down there? Yeah. But really, such a phenomenal job, both from me personally and also from the congregation. We have a couple little items for you here. We have a Kiddush cup, and also there's a book in here that if you don't read right away, maybe I'll borrow from you. It's called I Am Jewish. It's essays in response to the last words of Daniel Pearl on his Judaism. So take these, enjoy them, use the Kiddush cup often, and hold it dear, and congratulations, Mazel Tov from all of us.
So we have certificates for you as well to mark this day. And on the left-hand side that you signed, of this document you signed, it says that Jordan Pollard Prince, or Shmuel Hanasi ben Yehuda v'Chana Shena, was bar mitzvah on October 21st, the 1st of Cheshvan, Rosh Chodesh, Parshat Noach, on this day at Temple Sinai. But here it says what it's all about. On this day you've accepted the privileges and responsibilities of being a Jew. What are those? Read those.
Lifelong Torah study and the keeping of mitzvot, Shabbat, holy day and life cycle observances, participation in the life of the synagogue, the Jewish community in Israel, dedication to Tikkun Olam and perfection of our world.
And signed by you and your parents and by all of us, including Katie Whitlatch. I want to give you this wonderful certificate of Holocaust twinning that has the story in brief that you told us earlier. I also want to give you 2 scholarship certificates. One is from the Reform Movement. The Reform Movement certificate is worth $250 toward going to Israel on a trip at the end of your 10th grade year. That's kind of a token scholarship. The Jewish Federation of Greater Pittsburgh gives you one at $1,750. That's $2,000 toward a trip before you even have to sell a cookie, okay? So what I want you to do is take these certificates, and I want you to take your gifts, and I want you to take your prayer book, and I want you to sit on your brother's lap just to bug him. So if you go sit on his lap.
I will gladly do that.
Oh, there you go. Julius, you ready? So many things. He's coming. All right. There we go. You can sit in the seat next to him right there, okay? Yeah. Rabbi Gorban and Canna Berman and I are so delighted that everybody has come here. Some people have crossed rivers and time zones and really made such an effort to be here to create this community, this kihila, which never has been. There's never been all of you in this room at one time and may never be again. So I'd hope that you treasure this moment, not just with Jordan, but with each other. And we're going to continue with the final part of our service called Aleinu. Aleinu is on 282 in the bottom of the page, page 586 in the brackets. If you are able, we'll ask that you rise.
Aleinu l'shamech l'andon hakol, l'teit gdula yotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anahu korim, u'mishtachavim u'odrim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, v'nemar v'haya Adonai, v'melech al kol haaretz, v'yom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo
The great Chana Senesh wrote, Yesh kochavim she'oram magia arz rak kashem atzmam avdu ve'enam. There are stars up above so far away, we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. It is our custom at Temple Sinai, if you are observing the yahrzeit of somebody in your family or presently in the Shloshim, the 30-day period of a death, we'll ask that you rise right now so we can recognize you as a mourner. And because we believe with all of our hearts that no mourner should ever stand unaccompanied alone, we rise with our mourner. So many have died recently who had no one to say Kaddish for them. The Kaddish, if you'd like to follow, is on page 294 or 598. Yitgadal v'yikadash mirabah.
Amen.
V'yomad yivrach hirutei v'yomlich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayedechol beit Yisrael. V'agalav izman kari v'yimru. Amen. Yehi shmei rabba mavarach le'olam olam maya. Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. Yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei kudsha. Ve'ela minko birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechamata. Damirambi al-Mavi Yimru.
Amen.
Yehi Shlom Rabba min Shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen.
Oseh Shalom b'imromav. Huya aseh Shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen.
May the source of peace in the high heavens cause peace to descend on all of us, all Israel, upon a terribly broken world in need of healing, upon all of us here who mourn our beloved dead, as together we say,
Amen.
Please remain standing for our final song on 322. It's 626 in the brackets. It's Ein Keloheinu. It's the one you know. So we hope you'll all join in. And all of his friends, all of his young friends, come on up on the pulpit. All of you come on up now.
Cousins
Sibs,
also.
cousins, friends, everybody come on up. It'll be followed by a brief benediction, the blessing over Kiddush, and the blessing over food, so we might enjoy our oneg, our lunch afterwards as well. Ein Keloheinu. Ein Keloheinu, ein Gadonenu, ein Kemalkeinu, ein Kemoshienu, mich Eloheinu, mich Adonenu, mich Kemalkeinu, mich Kemoshienu. Nodel Eloheinu, Nodel Adonenu, Nodel Emalkeinu, Nodel Moshienu. Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu. Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adoneinu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu. Baruchim atem b'voachem, baruchim atem b'tzeitchem. May atav adolam, may be blessed every place you come into God's world. May be blessed every place you come in as well as together we say,
Amen.
Amen. Al kein berach Adonai et Yom HaShabbat v'yikadshehu. Therefore, God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy. Let's have a Borei Pri Hagafen. Baruch.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Borei Pri Hagafen.
Amen. Have a drink. Julius, come here. We're going to make motzi. Ready? I need both hands. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min ha'ha'areh. Praise you, Adonai, our God, ruler of all, who creates the fruit of the vine, who brings forth bread from the earth. As together we say,
Amen.
Amen. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Bread.